Hey everyone, and welcome to episode 4 of Weeping Willow. We just got back from a cliffhanger, and we're gonna see if we can find out what's happening and understand why Melanie consumed liquor she didn't even know what was inside of it.
She's been accepting liquor all day.
Yeah, so I guess it's okay, right? What happened? Name Jay's Melanie. What happened? Sophie, did you give her your cup? Sophie nodded and stepped aside instinctively when the figure of the prioress began to sink. Sister Ellen doubled over and, dropping the cup on the floor, clutched at her stomach. Her breathing increased, her face twisted into a grimace of pain.
Oh, I think he killed her.
Yep. The woman wheezed, his body bent in a painful convulsion. She fell heavily on the floor. No! Sophie screamed and ran out of the living room while the Baron stood in a daze.
Help, Manafort, help!
The front door opened and the Imperial investigator burst into the room.
He tried to poison me. I told you he would.
What? He added poison. Oh, I'm sorry.
He added poison into my tincture, but I gave it to Pyrus. Drank my tincture, and she's there in the living room.
Harvin blocked the exit. Did not let anyone in or out. Yes.
Yes,
What happened? Who screamed? The investigator briefly examined the room, but found no body. Stay where you are, Baron. Where's Sister Ellen? She left right after you. What's going on? Mr. Von Wolf, well, where's your prioress?
She was here, lying on the floor with no signs of life. Here, where you are now, at this very spot.
Honey, did you scream? Or was that our cat that just screamed? Hey, buddy. What happened?
What did you do to her, you bastard?
To whom?
Where did you hide her body, you murderer? Murderer!
I like to say that they're both stepping like over a carpet that just has a huge bulge on it. And they're like raised 5 feet into the air. Okay, Dewey, you're being a little too dramatic here. Just go on the lap. What are you talking about, Mr. Investigator? What's all this about? Hardman, search the house, quick. Wow, he went pretty fast. Hardman nodded and began searching the living room, and he hastily retreated to the fireplace room, continuing his search there.
He didn't have enough time.
There's gotta be a trapdoor, or
he did not have.
There's
enough
a basement.
Time.
Yeah, there's either a secret closet or a trapdoor basement, which could also explain. I mean, this is a new home, right?
Yep.
So maybe
his family built it or something.
Or yeah, he could have been the original owner, and the husband is actually in where the sister is right now. The heck is going on here, Mr. Von Wolf? Where were you when you heard the scream? I was in this room over there at the easel. I was trying to collect my thoughts after everything that happened. Were you alone in this room? No, my wife was here too. She was drinking her tincture to calm down. I moved away so as not to irritate her. I looked out the window and then I heard a scream from the living room. Can anyone explain what happened? There's no one else in the house, Mr. Investigator.
That was my line.
Oh, sorry.
No.
Did you look on the second floor? That's way too fast. Way too fast. Return to your post, Hardman.
Mr. Naaman, the body was here, I swear. The imposter did something to it.
What is it about? Honey, stop embarrassing me. This is beyond all boundaries. I mean, there's no way that the prioress would have left immediately after. They would have seen it unless there was a back door. I'm already sick and tired of all this. It's time to finish this farce. I promise you that I'll get to the bottom of this. In less than 2 days, one of you will be behind bars. I bid you goodbye. What? The investigator hurried away without listening to anything else. As he stepped out, he slammed the door, jumped on his horse, and spurred it and rode away.
He would have seen the Pyrus, guys. Come on.
Yeah, I think personally that he's gonna go, but he's gonna come back just to make it look like a big show. I think he's still in the area. Honey, let me bring.
Get out. Leave me alone.
Ooh. The Baron sighed heavily, nodded knowingly, and left the living room without saying a word. Sophie heard him coming up the stairs only when the bedroom door closed behind him. She slumped down on her knees and wept bitterly. A few hours later.
Oh, he actually left her alone.
Well, its accomplice might be actually dead. I think this is a little tough, especially if it was a relative. Sophie was still in the living room, deep in thought. Honey, are you going to sleep? If you want, I will sleep on the first floor. And light the first floor on fire. Sophie did not respond. She was sitting on the bench by the wall and trying not to look into the eyes of her uninvited guest. Apparently this means no. Well, let it be your way, my angel. Then at least drink your medicine. You will feel better. Come on, Adam. Sophie did not answer. She turned away, making it clear that she did not want to continue this conversation.
Why would she drink that?
She's not going to trust you after what she just saw. That trust is gone. I will put the medicine on the table in the dining room. Please, take it. If not for me, then at least for yourself. I'll leave you a blanket. The night promises to be cold. Again, no answer. But better come up, dear. I'll be waiting for you.
Heck no.
No answer. The Baron sighed and took a couple of steps back. Then he turned and walked away, leaving the girl alone.
Why
with her
would
thoughts.
she drink that?
Sophie covered her face with her hands and started to cry quietly. With the first rays of the sun, the door to the von Wolf's family house opened and the figure of the Imperial investigator appeared on its doorsteps. Mrs. von Wolf, are you here? I'm probably dead. Oh, whoopsies. I full screened this by accident. Oh, we'll play it like this. Oh, Mr. Investigator, what brought you to my humble home at such an early hour? I decided to call on you before I started doing things. Where was your wife? Last night, she didn't want to go up to the bedroom and spent the night in the living room. The Baron looked at the dinner table and sighed heavily. She never touched her medicine. In this case, I suggest going to the living room to visit your lady. The lady of your heart, Baron. As they teleported into the other room. The men entered the living room looking around, but they did not notice anyone.
That was her, I would have left.
Yeah. Where is she? I think I know. This rolled up fox. Manfred nodded towards the far corner of the room where Sophie was lying against the wall, on the plank floor, wrapped in a warm blanket. The rays of the morning sun were just beginning to light the living room, and had not yet reached all of its corners, so they didn't notice the sleeping girl at once. Sophie was lying almost motionless, just snuffling occasionally and moving the tips of her ginger ears. At some point, the Baron even tried to retreat from the living room so as not to disturb this idol. That's right. I say that? Idol? This idol, but Manfred had other plans for this. Mrs. von Wolf, wake up. Kick. Yesterday was not easy for her, let me try. The Baron went to the fireplace room and soon returned, holding a clay mug with water in his hands. Oh, gosh. Don't look at that smug face. He's gonna throw water, right? Wake up, the light of my eyes. Sophie barely opened her eyes. On seeing the Baron standing next to her, she got to her feet immediately. How are you feeling, my love? Here, drink some water.
I do not want to drink.
Manfred took the cup from the Baron's hand and after a while drank a few sips from it. Have a drink, Mrs. von Wolf. It is plain water. Sophie nodded uncertainly and took the mug in her hands. Sniffing, she pressed her lips to it, greedily swallowing a refreshing liquid. Excuse me. Oops. There we go. I offered to discuss something face to face, Mrs. von Wolf. Of course, if the Baron wouldn't mind. I would not. I just need to leave for a while, so you will have plenty of time for this. By the way, I brought your papers back. Oh yes, my name identification. Is it fine? Absolutely. Good. Dear, I hope you're already better. No. We will talk when I get back. Try not to bore her with unnecessary talk, Mr. Investigator. I gotta go hide that body. The Baron put the rolled up identification into his inner pocket and left the home, slamming the door carelessly. Did you sleep well this night?
No.
Sophie shrugged vaguely and shook her heads.
Her heads?
Her many heads. Her head. Where's my mouse? There it is. Oh. Excuse me. Wait. There you go.
I hope he made sure that these people are scammers.
I couldn't sleep either. I was thinking about yesterday's event and came to the conclusion that in this whole story something doesn't fit.
I hope he made...
Oh. It's too early to say that.
How's that?
There isn't a single argument that would prove that this man is not your husband, Mrs. Von Wolf.
Well, you feel something is wrong with him. I can see it in your eyes. You feel it. I'm begging you. Believe me.
For questions of faith, you should contact the church, Baroness. They handle it professionally there. I need facts.
Then trust your intuition, Mr. Naaman. Only you can pull me out of this situation.
You need to find people who knew your husband well and could confirm his identity.
We have been married for a very short time, and since our arrival at Weidendorf, we don't really have time to meet anyone.
Move that a little bit to the right. You need at least 5 people, Baroness.
5?
Not less.
But why so many?
In the end, some of your witnesses will not want to testify because of cowardice, and someone will have time to get a gift. I have already seen it many times. So try to find at least 5 people. At least one of them will eventually say what is needed. The web around you is flawless. But sooner or later it will break and we will only have to wait until the fraudster stumbles and takes the wrong step.
So you believe me?
I didn't say that. I would just tell you that from now on that you'll need to behave much calmer than you did during our conversation yesterday. Otherwise, your false husband may declare you insane, and only an experienced doctor will be able to deny it. And they are very rare now, considering the quarantine.
Wow.
In the end, it will be your word against his. And, so far that situation is not at all in your favor.
You are right, Mr. Naaman. I will be calmer, I promise you. I will. I'll cook something, yes. Or go for a walk.
No walks. No walkies.
How is she supposed to find witnesses?
Because of the quarantine. Well, there you go. I cannot get more people for your protection.
Yeah, but how is she supposed to go get a witness? There's no cell phones.
Letters, I don't know. And in the rest part of the town, there are enough narrow streets and dark gateways you may not return. Oh. AKA, someone will just kill her.
You think they can dare?
Dare and do. Everything is possible.
Then I will not leave the house. I beg of you, do not take Hardvin away from his post and visit me several times a day. I am very scared.
Hardvin will not leave his post and he will watch over your estate. I have already given him all the necessary instructions. He will also he was also given some fresh post pigeons, so he can very quickly notify me in case of a sudden emergency. I too can promptly send you news if there is need.
Mr. Naaman.
You made that sound so gingerly. This sounds like a little bit of a serious situation. Mr. Naaman. Manfred.
Mr. Manfred.
Ew.
If this nightmare ever ends, then I will be eternally grateful too.
It is my duty, Baroness. Nothing more.
Thank you. Thank you a lot.
I advise you not to waste time. Make a list of witnesses and hold on. Mrs. Von Wolf, everything will be fine. Oh, Sophie smiled back and nodded. Manfred did not smile, but gave a courteous bow, which is quite unusual for him. Whoa! As he he kind of glitched in there. The front door creaked and the Baron appeared at the doorstep. Already leaving, Mr. Investigator. Maybe you could stay for a while. A quick drink? It wouldn't hurt if we two also have a word.
This guy's gonna kill everybody in town.
Yeah, he just offers them a drink. I must apologize, but I'm afraid urgent matter awaits. I will definitely visit you a bit later. And with that said, we also will visit you a bit later, because we're gonna be ending right here.
Dun dun dun.
So let's see what happens to our helpless protagonist, our impromptu investigator, in our evil baronet. Look at those eyes; they just scream evil.
Why do I feel like she's gonna die?
Or even worse, this really is just a one big head game, and that she really is insane.
Yeah, but she saw him kill the nun.
All that happened, she just tipped over. But I feel like you know what I feel like? where we're still missing a lot of information in that the house that these two people live in is owned by this guy or is a family, and they always sell it to people like this and then kill them.
Wouldn't the investigator know that?
Unless he's never been here and he only contacts people by pigeons. But yeah, because he lives here, doesn't he? The investigator?
Yeah.
Or he's at least stationed over here.
Yeah.
So it's possible, but I mean, like, if he does everything by night, he's not gonna know that he does it. He does this, or if he has another person, like the nun. The nun was here, so the guard knew the nun. Oh, but she just recently became the prioress, so that's just easy pickings right there. But we leave the speculations for next time when we have more information. All right, see you, everyone.
Bye.